pronounce it. Example 5, solve the following triangle. So again, we're doing this whole...
Here we go. X larger than Y business. What are you doing? You going to start working this problem out?
Angle X, so this is little x, this is little y. So compare 31
and 34.
And 34. 31 is less than 4.
It was this morning. Now you might need to check it again tonight.
31 is less than 34. So now we have to check x and y sine x. So x is 31. This will be 34 sine 52 degrees.
So 52 degrees. Lunch bell. 34 sine 52
degrees. There you go.
26.79.
0.793 or 4.
Yeah, but we just basically need that 26 part. So X is larger.
That's a bigger than situation, which means 2 triangles exist.
Shut the door.
The front door?
The front door.
Okay. Yeah, so we have to find both of those triangles. This could be tricky. I'm going to get rid of this real quick.
Yep,
we're going to need all the room that we can get.
We need some space because basically what we're going to do is law of sines.
Twice.
Like, not just twice, but like 4-ish times because we've got to find all the missing pieces.
Yeah.
So
what's important is our 2 triangles that we have share angle B, side A, and side B.
Right.
But each of them also has an angle A, and so we can call our angle for our first triangle angle with a little subscript of 1.
For the first angle?
Yeah, and then an angle with a subscript of 2. Oops, that's not a very good equal sign. For the second one, so that's one thing we need to find. We need to find angle C for each of our triangles. I'm going to put an angle sign there because it's hard to tell C's apart.
Right.
And then we need to know little c.
Little c.
Little c. So side C for each of them. So that's 6 things we're finding. Normally we find 3, but we have 2 triangles, so we have to find all of these.
A lot of law signs going on right here. A lot of law signs.
Okay, so we know sine of 52 degrees over 31. That's big B and little b that goes together. And we need to find sine of A. We're going to find A1 first
while
because
Mrs.
it's
Stevenson's
the first
talking,
one.
I'm going to disappear my calculator. It didn't. I thought my calculator ran out of batteries. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go look for a plug, but
okay.
It says it's good. So
we cross multiply here, and we get 34. No, we don't. We get, okay, 34 sine 52. I was about to, though, write 31s or something weird. I was about to write the wrong thing. Okay, and we solve, so we divide by 31. And this is the whole situation where when we do inverse sine, our calculator tells us one answer, but there's actually, in this case, more than one answer that fits this triangle.
How crazy is that? It's really crazy. So let me.
Super crazy.
Yeah, one might say. So hold on. It's all good, Mrs. Stevenson.
I see. I see. Yeah, that's totally going to work out.
59.799 for angle 1. Now,
59.799.
Think about your unit circle for just a second. What value in second quadrant gives us the exact same reference angle measure?
Well,
we would have to start at 180.
We have this angle right here is 59.799, but the other one
is also 59.799.
So what we have to do is
short of that. So
we have to do 180 minus
180 minus that, which is 120.2. Now you can get some. It's quite possible you'll get some really interesting angles when you do this. Like really interesting.
Interesting being a relative term. What is
interesting to us? 120.2.
And then there's 2 zeros.
Yeah, 2 zeros or 0,
or
1.
0, 1.
Just depends on your rounding or truncating.
Okay, this is angle 2. And so we drew out the triangle, but it's going to turn out that every single time you find angle 1 and then you do 180 minus that, and that's angle 2. Like you don't really have to draw those triangles. That's just us telling you why it is that way. So I could...
BT Dubs, this is a difficult topic. You may need to watch a couple times.
Yeah.
And for sure ask questions.
Yeah. So let's fill in what we know up here. 59.799 degrees. And then we've got 120.2 0.201 degrees. And now from here, we do law of sines with the first one, and then we do law of sines with the second one. And like do those separately. So right here, we can find this angle C by doing
180.
180 minus 52. Which was our original angle they gave us, angle B. And also, we need to minus 59.799.
68.201.
68.201.
Yep.
Is angle C1. And then for, do you want to do side C1? Or
let's go ahead and find that other angle because it's not a hard step.
Okay, so angle C2, we also do 180 minus 52, but now let's subtract our angle 2, which is 120.201.
7.799. Now, here's the deal.
Is this what you mean by interesting?
Yeah,
like that's
we got a really small angle. Now, the thing with this is, when you're doing your double checking, it's possible that you might think you have a two-triangle situation, but something quirky happens with one of your angles.
And what should happen is right here we should get a negative,
yeah,
right?
Negative number. Or
if there's not really two triangles, you should end up with something not working out once you try to find the second triangle.
So, you know, if you're...
Double check these.
Yeah, if your pre-calc senses are tingling, double check your math and then go from there.
Kind of like your spider senses tingling?
Yeah, like spider,
your
but more important, your pre-calc senses, yes.
Interesting.
Yes, yes
okay.
Indeed.
So to find C1 here, we need to set up our law of sines. So
use what you know.
Use what we started with. Sine of 52
over 31.
Over 31 equals sine of 68.201 over C1. Cross multiply and solve that. So divide by sine of 52. I put an equal sign there. That should have been a multiplication situation. C1 times sine 52. My bad.
Wait a second. Don't we have something 31? I forgot my 31. Hold on.
C1 equals 31 times sine 68.201 divided by sine of 52.
36.526.
36.526, and that's meters.
Why would it be meters, Mrs.
Because
Stevenson?
the original problem gave us that as units.
Always look at your units, kids.
And then we do law of sines again.
Again,
one more time.
Once or twice is never enough. So.
Same starting ratio here.
Yeah, always use what you know for a fact without any rounding errors.
And then sine of C2, the angle C2.
7.799.
7.799.
Divided by C2.
Cross multiply, so that should be 31 sine 7.799. C2 sine 52. So divide by sine 52 on each side.
By the way, and we had an issue earlier on my calculator. If you get an answer, you know you should get a number, and you get an answer that's really wacky, make sure you're in the right mode.
Right, this is degree mode. So
5.338.
338 meters. And, you know, we had a lot of work here, and that could have gotten pretty hectic, and to you maybe this does look hectic. This isn't a terrible situation to me, like if I had to grade this, but I mean, to be honest, it's not real fun. So make sure you're boxing your answers, or this actually is a really good way of writing it, is like where you just like summarize your answers, you know, in some place. But also, like, if we did this much work to get these answers,
you should probably do about the same amount of work.
You better have about the same amount of work. Like, just because you can do all this junk in your calculator doesn't mean that you don't need to write it down.
Write it down so you can get organized.
You know, sometimes we put the wrong thing in our calculator even if we know what we're supposed to put. And so we can't get partial credit if we don't have something written down.
Right. That's correct.
So this was Mr. Hazelwood and Mrs. Stevenson bringing you 5.5
Winter Storm Edition.
Winter Storm Edition.